Myself Ram Balakmaran, and today I am presenting my internship project titled as AI for Ordering app, which was developed using the MERN Stack consisting of MongoDB, Express.js, React.js, Node.js. During my internship, I gained practical experience in developing a complete full stack web application, implementing secure authentication, REST APIs, and payment integration, and responsive user design. In this presentation, I will explain the project objectives, architecture, implementation challenges, and key learnings from this internship provided by Webstack Academy. Internship overview. During my internship, I worked as a full stack web development intern. My responsibility was to develop a complete food ordering application similar to the real world platforms like Swiggy or Zomato. Instead of focusing on front end or back end, I worked on entire software development lifecycle. I designed the database, created REST APIs, development of responsive front end pages, connected the front end with the back end. Finally, I tested the application. The major objective of this internship is to was to understand how industrial web application was built using a MERN stack. Technologies I have used include React.js for building a dynamic user interfaces, Express.js for creating any APIs, Node.js server-side development, and MongoDB for storing and application data. This project helped me to understand how front-end back-end applications efficiently through the REST APIs. Next, skills learned. Throughout this internship, I learned several full stack development skills. First, I have learned MERN Stack, and each technology has its own responsibility. I gained practical experience in building RESTful APIs. Front-end requests were processed by the backend, and data is stored in MongoDB, which is a database. Uh, and I gained a practical experience in building RESTful APIs also, which is and another major learning was Redux Toolkit, which is a state management, which helps to manage application state efficiently. Instead of pausing a data between multiple components, Redux stores all the important information centrally. I also learned authentication and authorization using JWT token, ensuring that only authenticated users can access the protected pages. Additionally, I improved my understanding of responsive web design, routing, debugging, Git and version control, and industrial standard project structure. Project objective. This project objective of this project was to build a scalable production level ready food ordering application. The application should support multiple user restaurant and orders without affecting the performance. Another important objective was implementing a secure REST APIs. Every request from the front end passes through the backend validation before interacting with the database. The authentication was the another key objective of this project. Users should register, log in securely, and access only the features they are not authorized to use through JWT through generating a JWT and uh, and storing the password as an hash password. without storing as in direct uh, text passwords. By using a big library, users should register and then only they can have a login to access the port app. Finally, the project followed the software development lifecycle, including planning, designing, development, testing, debugging, and deployment, which reflects the professional software engineering practice. Then we move on to system architecture. The project in this project, I follow three-layered architecture, separating as presentation, logic, and data layers. This project provides first layer as a front-end development using React.js and Redux toolkit. Use which Redux which provides a centralized application state management. This layer provides a user interface where the customers browse the food items, add products to the cart, and place the order, which is redirected to Stripe for a real-time payment. The second layer is the backend, developed using a Node.js and Express.js. This layer contains all the business logics like calculating and the calculated amount should be redirected to in respective web pages in order to display them. And if there is a sorting or a sorting based on and reviews, ratings by food name searching, these logics are implemented. Whenever the user performs an action such as login, placing order, updating their profile, the backend process those requests after the verification of the uh, users as he or she is a valid user by having a JWT token verification. The third layer is a MongoDB database layer, which uses restaurants, menus, card information, and item which are listed based by referring the restaurant names. Because each restaurant have their unique menu, they can here listed as in different restaurants, and each restaurants have their unique available items, which is available for an ordering of an customer. The overall data flow works like first the user interacts with the front end and sends a request to the Express which is a backend, and sends an API request to the Express. The backend validates the request and communicates if it is a valid user, and then it's communicate with the database to have an suitable and needed data that is initiated by the front end by the customer. Finally, the response is returned to the front end to display the user. This layered architecture of my project improves the maintainability, scalability, and security. Let us view a demo of my project. These are implementation features of my project. The slide shows the major functions implemented during my development. The application supports two major roles. First is a customer who supports the browser, restaurants, view menus and food items to cart and place the order. The second is an admin who manages the restaurant menus, prices, and food images. And for security, I implemented JWT authentication. After successful login, user receives a token which is verified whenever the protected APIs are accessed. This prevents unauthorized users from accessing a sensitive information. The project also included the Stripe payment gateway, allowing user to make a secure online payments. For image storage, I used Cloudinary, which provides a cloud-based image hosting instead of storing files directly on the server. Finally, the application is fully responsible, meaning it works smoothly on desktop, tablet, and mobile devices. Key backend functions. The backend contains several important functions that handle application's logic. The sign-up function creates a new user account after validating the input. The login function uh, authenticates the user and generates the JWT token. The protected middleware verifies this token before allowing access to secure APIs. The get user profile functions retrieve the user information from the database. These are all about the authentication, and in case of profile management, the updated profile functions allows the user to edit their personal information. The update password function securely changes password after encrypting them. I also implemented logout functionality and password reset, which is essential to allow the user to recover the forgotten password securely. These backend functions collectively ensure the security, authentication, and smooth user management. Let us view a demo of my project. We can run in front-end and back-end by using in commands. npm start for backend, npm run them for front-end. This is a landing page of my website. Here is a list of items that are displayed within summary. Without login, we can have it. If we will need to log in before we need to register, and then we log in by the registered user, we can get it by show all, sort by reviews, and sort by reviews, view summary, add review. We can make it based after we can log in. Sort by ratings, it based on ratings. Ratings it will be sorted, and we can also search by name of an for items that will be. So let us we have an hot place. Hot place is displayed, and we can also further if there is a more than one, we can make it sorted based on reviews. Here there is a list of items by which through we can add it to the cart. We click it, it is added to a cart. We can increase the items number of items. Here we can view our cart current status that there is an item with the 250 rupees two, so there's amount total amount of 1120. And if we click and check out, it will redirect into an Stripe page, a Stripe payment page by adding by registering all the essential details. It will payment, and we can also track the status of it. Uh, we have here this payment is paid, but the order status in processing. Whenever it is reached in our hand, it will be updated. This is in MongoDB tables that we have created, and this is an admin page through which we can add an restaurant and restaurants uh, items based for a specific restaurant. We can add an food items and all. uh, we can add delete add a restaurant. We can also add a review for a specific restaurants. We can add a review of it and deleting if we don't need that specific restaurant. Let us delete in the hot space. Um, Now the hot space restaurant is deleted. Now we verify it by type searching it. Hard space as we deleted it, there is a no named as hard space restaurant. Now the currently the cart is empty. There's an admin page through which we can add an food item. Previously we have added an restaurant. Now we add an food item, ch- chicken rice, pepper chicken, quantity description, stock and image URL, and for a specific price. That in nearby description we have an AI button. By clicking it, we can generate a description by an AI by referring an key of item name and the category. Based on that, the AI generate a description of one specific item. Can add it here where we can see that the currently added item is added, and we can also add and delete an available item, and we can also further add an item. This is a code that we have it. Key learnings and challenges that I during my internship and the things I have learned. Learning that the mastering the state management. During the internship, I encountered several technical challenges that significantly improved my problem solving skills. One major challenges was configuring the environment variables correctly to and for an API keys, JWT secrets, and MongoDB connections, strings, and Stripe integration. I also faced difficulties while managing relationship between restaurants, um, orders, and the menu collection inside the MongoDB. Another challenges was protecting the secure routes against unauthorized access. Only an authenticated user can access these certain pages. Through debugging the several logs and browser consoles errors systematically, I was able to identify the root cause instead of randomly changing the code. This experience taught me an importance of structured debugging and clean software architecture. These are the few screenshots that based on the project landing page. First user land on the home page where they can browse available restaurant foods and food items. Next, user can register and log in using a secure authentication. uh, After login, the customers can select food items and add items to the shopping cart. During checkout, uh, the application integrates Stripe payment gateway to process the payment securely. Finally, the admin dashboard allows administrator to add a new restaurants, upload food images, edit menu items, update prices, and delete the products whenever they necessary. This demonstrates a complete end-to-end food ordering workflow for an customer interacting interaction to the administrator management. These are the four screenshots that the entire projects that needs that the roles based on the roles. There are four screenshots are kept as we saw a demo previously. We move on as we move on to the conclusion. To conclude, this internship provided me with a valuable real world experience in the full stack web development. I gained a hands-on knowledge on React, Node.js, Express, MongoDB, Redux Toolkit, JWT Authentication, Stripe payment integration, Cloudinary, cloud image-based storage, REST API development. Most importantly, I have learned how industry-level applications are designed and developed, tested, deployed, and debugged. This project has significantly improved both my technical skills and my confidence in developing a scalable web application. Thank you. Thank you. That's all about my project presentation on a topic AI food ordering application, which is a result of my internship within Webstack Academy. Thank you.